Oh no.
I was taking antibiotics, and then I drank rotten apple juice, and I got like throwing up for like weeks. It's terrible.
Where did you get rotten apple juice
I
from?
know, right?
My brothers don't throw away their apple juice when it expires, and I didn't realize that. And I was like drinking their apple juice, and
How much
then
did you drink?
I drank the whole cup. And then after I drank the whole cup, my brother was like, "Oh, by the way, you shouldn't have drank that. That's expired. It made my stomach hurt the other day." But I was on antibiotics, so
Your brother and my sister operate the exact same way. Like growing up, my sister would never throw out old milk or expired milk. She would just be like, "It smells bad," and then she would put a post-it on it that says "bad milk."
Oh my god.
just throw it away.
She couldn't have the. She like wasn't. I guess she didn't feel like she could have the autonomy. Like she could not be the person that threw out the milk because it was all like everything costs money. Like don't waste anything. Superman Homecoming rotten apple juice is just vinegar.
With a hard R.
Some people were saying that the apple juice may have been code word for pee, and it was just my brother's drinking the bottle.
No.
My
Did
brother's
it taste like it?
Yeah, it tasted disgusting.
How? No, you would know if you were drinking pee.
I was very thirsty. I was very thirsty when I was drinking that apple juice.
Carmaxlla, you would know if you were. You would not have finished the whole glass if you're like, oh, I think this is pee. Glug 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 glug.
Well, I knew it tasted bad, but it was just kind of.
And cold pee.
It was warm. It was warm. It was outside. It was outside in the on the floor.
What?
Yeah.
It's questionable.
Outdoors?
No. Sorry, it was just like
Outside the fridge.
Yeah, it was like on the floor outside the fridge.
So it was like open, like when you buy groceries and you don't quite put them in the fridge yet. So it was like.
Yeah, and it was like halfway gone, so it looked like somebody had been drinking it, and nobody in my family was throwing up or anything. So I thought it was.
Were other groceries around it?
No, there was just apple juice on the floor.
What if that was pee?
I don't want to think like that. It was pee.
Uh-oh, the chat seems pretty convinced.
It's funny that person's name was Yosef because that's my brother's name.
Oh, that was a confession for sure.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's called
Or it was the ghost.
Yeah, the ghost was just pee.
Oh no, because you're like, oh, it was half drank. But
I don't like how you guys are saying it's pee.
Maybe the pee bottle was just half full. Like, let's be optimistic here. Oh no.
No, but this.
How come you couldn't smell pee, Carmaxlla?
I wouldn't. It did smell.
How old are you? How old are you?
This was
recently.
This was a year ago.
Oh no!
This was.
Oh, I thought this was when you were a little girl. What?
Yeah, this was recently, and this was so bad. The infection that I got, the infection that I got in my stomach, the C. diff. I couldn't eat properly. Like it took me actually a year to recover. I developed an eating disorder because I was so afraid that every food was moldy and I was gonna get C. diff again. And I was like developing a paranoia and not eating any food because I was so scared to.
Oh my god.
No.
So
Hold on. Okay, the chat wants to know if the apple juice container had a top on it.
It did. It just had a little.
All right.
Cap.
Because I used to date a man who I thought I was doing a good deed as girlfriend one day. He had 4 roommates, so he got into the habit of peeing in Gatorade bottles and throwing them in his closet. And I was like, I'm going to tidy up his room one day. I open up his closet. I see 18 Gatorade bottles full of piss. And I was like, oh no. Like instead of running out the door like a cartoon with a cloud of dust behind me, which is what I should have done, I had like Stockholm syndrome. So I was like, I'm going to be a good girlfriend and dump out all the pee bottles. I should have just, first of all, I should have actually just thrown them away, like throwing the bottles into the trash. Why did I have to get Why did I have to like, oh, I got to recycle these pee bottles. I emptied out 18 pee bottles. Let me tell you, the only thing that smells worse than a regular fresh pee is old pee.
This sounds like a 4chan green text. This literally sounds like, lad, she found the piss bottle.
And he still broke up with me. So It was all for naught.
That's
Chrissie,
the worst part. You are the nice girl. You emptied his pee bottles for him.
Yeah, I'm
and
good
he
in a
broke up
crisis
with you.
situation. I can handle fluids. I can get in there and get my hands dirty. But no, it was very bad.
That the whole incel thing is bullshit because there are hot women that will empty your fucking pee bottles if you just act like somewhat normal to them, and you can still dump them. So, yeah, that's interesting though. That made me feel better about my own dating stories, Chrissie. So
good. That's why we do this. 18. That means one after the other for 18 times.
That story made me tear up, Chrissie.
And then was like, oh, this is back when I thought recycling was real. I was like, oh, I'm going to recycle these bottles like a good citizen of the world.
That's community service right there. You did some community service for the incel community, so to speak.
I should have got money off my taxes for that act.
State mandated GF.
He was like low key, very embarrassed that I stumbled upon the mother load of pee bottles.
As he should be.
It's
It's fine.
ultimate ick.
Did
you get the ick?
I ended up talking about it on several podcasts for years, so I think it all evened out.
After
that? Well, I don't know. It probably was like a long time after because I would have remembered like the pee bottles and then it was over. So we were dated for like 2.5.
That's a long time. That's the goals.
What if there was a wedding ring inside one of them? That'd be the funniest way to propose.
Till pee do us part.
That brought tears to my eyes.
This is not Frank, by the way. Like I don't know why I have to even say that. This was the boyfriend before Frank.
See, that was your payoff. It's like the shitty. They call this concept like the shitty boyfriend or something. Like you get the worst one right before you find your husband.
Oh yeah, I was like, let me go as hard as I can on the worst possible person.
You got repaid.
Definitely not Frank. Frank
like that happened to me.
Has never done that. I think if you find yourself peeing in multiple containers, you have too many roommates. Or also, if you must pee in a container, like don't let them build up. Like empty it at once, so that maybe there's a chance no one will find out.
Yeah, like it's okay to pee in a container, but to like keep it like trophies, hoard your piss.
They think it's liquid gold.
We used to take a lot of car trips as a family because we didn't really fly ever. I never flew till I was like in high school. But we would drive to Lake George a lot, and we had Plymouth Voyager with wood paneling that I would peel off the side, and 3 kids, so we all fit kind of like perfectly in this van. And my dad, like for some reason, it's so crazy. As you become an adult, you compare it with like what your parents did as an adult. Now that you're an adult, and you're like. And you figure out like what was fucked up and what was maybe just trying to save money or what, I'm having a lot of times where I'm like, why couldn't they spend $15 on a skip it? What the fuck? But the point of this story is that my dad hated to pull over and take bathroom breaks. Like we would drive to Florida. We drive to like Lake George and we drove to Orlando a couple times. My dad hated to take bathroom breaks. So he had us peeing in a pot in the car, like an old pot. But I'm like, what's the point of that? Because if there's a jostling in the car, well, now there's just pee everywhere.
Yeah, didn't pee like escape the pot, or
I would put the lid on it.
When you were peeing, like in the car while you're driving, does it like?
I was not
splash?
Right. I'd have to just like balance in a moving car and squat over a pot, and then put the lid on it, and then like. Maybe if he was feeling charitable, we could slow down and I could dump it out.
Chrissie, you just activated one of my memories. I totally forgot that this was a thing. You just reminded me. So my grandma, she was legally blind. She was pretty blind. She never left the house because of it. And she was like in her 80s when she was taking care of me because my mom would leave me there sometimes. So I would be there with like my cousin.
I was scared, Olivia.
And no, I know Olivia's excited to hear more pee stories, and so she better come back soon.
Sorry.
And so Okay, so the TLDR is that my blind grandma who used to watch me and my cousin, when we have like Thanksgiving and stuff, she's blind. So like obviously she can't like find her way to the bathroom all the time. Like she has to kind of like feel the walls, and she's really old. So she would like in the middle of Thanksgiving, she'd have to pee, and then she would just like whip out the pot and just like piss right there. And it's a 1-bedroom. So the kitchen's connected to the living room. And there's like 20 people in the apartment because Thanksgiving or Christmas time, she just whips it out, and they're like, wow. They're just like, yeah, that's normal. That's what Ma does.
Wow.
I would be traumatized if I saw my grandma peeing in a pot.
This now knocks loose another memory for me, Brittany. You have returned the favor. So one time at said ex-boyfriend's house, I really had to pee, but one of the 4,500 roommates was using the bathroom a little bit, but like doing like a luxurious, like long shower. You're like, okay, there's no fucking hope I'm gonna get in there. I was like, I really have to go. What am I gonna do? And there were no like stores close by that I could run to. So he pulled out, he had a pot. So I had to relive my childhood pot peeing times. I like literally peed in the middle of his room, in his apartment.
There. Like you dated somebody like your father that made you pee.
Oh my God.
Every
you just
time.
paid me thousands on therapy, Olivia.
Every time. You're welcome.
I did not enjoy that one bit. I felt like demoralized after that. I was like, oh, this is so horrible. I can't believe I have to do this.
The way you just connected the dots.
And now I'm Chinese.
Honestly, it's inspirational though, because like, guys, Chrissy was out here cleaning a guy's pee bottles, and you guys are gonna have what is bare minimum? Saying good morning? Like, you guys are impressed on saying good morning?
Yeah, like, oh, wait, you can't text the girl back.
Yeah, people are out here willing to clean your piss, and you're getting giddy over a text back.
I should have just gone outside. I would have been better to have just gone outside and go in between two parked cars. Like, that would have been at least dignified.
I pee outside a lot, but I just like, do you ever get scared that a bug will crawl up into you?
No, but now I am.
Wait.
Because you're so exposed.
No, what bug would want to do that? Are you talking about like a